Hi, everyone. My name is Tom Ziegelbauer. I'm the CTO of 0%.com. And I wanted to go over a really interesting tool or app that is available for Slack. Um, Recently, I've read a number of articles talking about the demise of Slack and how it's disruptive towards work. It's worse than what email was in terms of a distraction during your workday. And I got to thinking about that. And our company is always trying to improve. And one of our initiatives is to improve our communication across the entire company. And we use Slack very heavily to communicate with each other because none of us are in an office. And I think that's true for a lot of people. So, um, when you're in an office, it's maybe a little easier in order to do certain types of things like walk over to somebody's desk and tell them, hey, great job on that, or pick up the phone if you're in a giant company and do those types of things. I think we've gotten disconnected here because of COVID and a number of other things. So wanted to show you how we're starting to use this and why we're starting to use this. And it's something that's free. So if you are an administrator of your Slack setup for your work or office or group, um, easy, quick thing to add. And I'm on their webpage right now in the app directory. Super easy in order to add things to your group. But here it is. So a description. It's harder to spend time together as a team to recreate instant moments of celebrations when things go great. Coffeehaus is built to bring back those fun moments and recreate the simple experience your team has hanging out together. You can do other activities, which we haven't even gotten into. We'll eventually do like some virtual happy hours that I know a lot of companies do, where you can play trivia or this thing called Codenames or Tic-Tac-Toe. I was playing this with one of the guys on my team here the other day. And when you win, then you get these virtual prizes. It's kind of exciting and it keeps track of all this sort of stuff. But most importantly is celebrating those important moments and recreate office chur in a virtual environment. So in Slack, when you set that up, there's always that general channel and everybody is automatically subscribed to that. So this is a quick way of instant full company recognition for maybe you had a salesperson who had a gigantic sale, or maybe they've had a dry spell and you want to recognize them for getting a sale here, as of the first of the year and really knocking things out of the park. Or maybe you have a customer service person who's just doing an outstanding job, has a really super high customer satisfaction rating for all the customers that he or she interacts with. Or maybe you have somebody that's been helping you out with a project. This is a really easy way to recognize them for the great job that they're doing. So one of the books that I had read a number of years back, and it's a super quick read, it's this book called The 1 Minute Manager. And part of that book is finding or catching people doing things and offering that praise immediately, not waiting till the next day, making a practice of giving them immediate praise. And so this tool allows you to do some of those ideals or some of the concepts out of that book. And some of those are, and this is just off a website that talks about that particular section. It allows you to praise people as soon as possible. Immediacy is super important, especially when it comes to praise. So that's what we're looking to practice. Let people know that they did something right and being specific about that. It's important to not only say, hey, you're doing a good job, but you're doing a good job at XYZ to encourage good behavior. Tell people how good you feel about what they did right and how it helps. Also being specific. It's like goal setting using the SMART tactic or acronym for that. That's a whole nother training, but you probably already know about it. It's similar when it comes to praise. Pause for a moment and allow people time to feel good about what they've done. It's always good, and no matter where you are inside of a company, in order to be able to receive praise from someone else. And that lets you know that you're doing a good job and to continue what you're doing. Sometimes we get stuck in the workday, and we may not be working on like the most exciting thing, but if you receive just even an inkling of praise from somebody, letting you know that they appreciate you and that you're doing a good job, it makes the work a whole lot lighter. Encouraging them to do more of the same, also super important. By being specific, you are pointing out and giving people positive reinforcement on the things that you would like to see more of. And then making it clear that you have confidence in them and support their success. I just sent out a praise to a gentleman inside of our company. One of the things I love about this person is every single meeting, and we kind of make fun of it, he's always smiling, and he brings a lightness to every single meeting that we are in. And so I recognized him for that here just today. So super important types of things. So let's get into Slack and how that works. So after you've installed it, this is just a dummy channel that I have inside of our Slack that I use for testing and some other things. So the way to bring it up after it's installed, you'll see it down in your apps. Here's Kaffeehaus. I click a slash to start a command, and then I type in K, and that's all you need. You can type in KA if you need to. But the first thing that comes up is appreciate a teammate. So if I click on that, it brings up our full Slack list of everybody who is subscribed to our particular group. So I'm just going to read this from the top. You can read it too, I'm sure. So appreciate and recognize the efforts and achievements of your peers. Send a Kaffeehaus card now. If you don't choose a channel for this, which is that last tab at the bottom, it will just send them a direct message. So quick look up. I can send one to, let's choose somebody like Clay. Okay, so we've got Clay in here. Select an appreciation to send. The way the app is set up, everyone has a total of 100 coffee beans a week, I believe. And this allows you to spend those basically credits on different types of appreciation. Certain things cost more, like Magnum Opus, great work, 40 for that. I think there's one that's in here that is 50. Thought there was one that was 50. Anyway, most valuable player, 45. We'll send him a top performer one. And I'm just going to say some thanks to him and being specific. So thanks for always being that foxhole buddy and being supportive. Sales team to a whole a whole different level. Okay, so I can choose like that general channel. Here's a bunch of channels that we have, but this general channel, if you send it to that, that's going to send it out to the entire company. Whole new level. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to send it out to the entire company. I'm just going to send it to him directly, and I hit send. Boom. Now, Clay has a recognition from me sent to him personally as a recognition that he definitely deserves. Inside of Kaffeehaus, you have the ability to go back and actually see the cards that you've received over time. So it'll show you, oh, hey, I've received 3. There's all sorts of other things, like I had mentioned, inside of Kaffeehaus, where you can start a game of trivia, you can schedule a happy hour. I'll just do this quickly. So I can say, let's do trivia. And I want it to be scheduled the games for, maybe I want to do it for the sales team. Maybe something special where they're doing kind of a virtual get together with their team. I know throughout the week they meet twice, but maybe this is a group activity, something to do fun and a group activity in order to be able to bring them closer together. I could do this in the general channel or any channel I wanted to. I could set up a separate Slack channel just for, say, these virtual happy hours that I could place it into. Which day is a fun day? Let's say it's Friday. What best time would suit everyone in the channel? I can choose 10 a.m. And what time zone would we set that up for? So I can choose anything I want. Once I schedule that, then it will automatically, as that time comes around, publish that to the particular channel and then run the game. Like, you don't have to have somebody sitting in the office, you know, are you playing Trivial Pursuit and somebody has to set up the board and, you know, explain the rules and all that sort of jazz. Boom, it takes care of all that stuff. You don't have to do anything. And then at the end of that, it shows you for this trivia, it shows how many questions that you've gotten right, what the correct answers to those things are. You can actually inside, if you just start a game of trivia, you can pick which categories you want. This thing is super in-depth for a free app that is available to you if you have Slack. It's pretty amazing. And if you've been just doing the traditional virtual happy hour with your group and you have access to Slack, here's an extra sort of thing instead of just sitting around your monitor on Zoom and you know, drinking your wine or your beer or whatever you're drinking at that time. It's a group activity in order to be able to share some cheer and make things a little more interesting instead of and it involves people. It's not going to keep or kind of put certain people who aren't, you know, like A-type personalities are usually the ones that are going to dominate those types of events. This involves everybody, and everybody can have fun at the same time while doing a group activity like this. So check it out. It's called Kaffeehaus, Kaffehaus. It is in the Slack app directory. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it. If you did like this video and would like to see more, definitely give it a like down there and hit that subscribe button so you can see more tips and tricks like this as I continue to build out this channel and share more of this information out with you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Take care.